Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Joshino, and today it's that time again for some spicy speculation. In the last video I talked about a poll I ran on Twitter where I asked whether people thought I said spicy speculation too much or too little, as a YouTube comment that got relatively highly liked said that I said it too much. However, the vast majority said I said it too little and needed to say it more, although I couldn't bring myself to say it every few seconds like the Twitter poll asked for. However, last time people were asking for spicy speculation merch, and actually I've been accepted on a storefront for some limited merch, but I don't know whether to make a hoodie, like a jumper, or what garment to make. Would you be interested in some spicy speculation merch? Be sure to let me know in the comment section below as we jump in to this data mine on the street style public test server with these spoilers coming forward. And always the biggest spoilers are the champions coming forward, and we do have a big juicy champion this time. Well, they might actually not be that big from some of the speculation. There's two sources to this. So there's Bakugo and there's also Andre Barros. Both of these guys are on Reddit with two Reddit posts. You can actually see those posts in the description below if you want to check those out yourself whilst we're talking about it. As always, be sure to let me know all of your spicy speculation on this champion and anything we discuss in the comment section below as we go through this video. Now, I'm going to be playing off these two data mines against each other because they do actually say a little bit of different things. Some are more detailed in parts than other parts. So, first off, from Andre Barros' point of view, they have actually got the champion working in the game, and often these proto champions can be played with a little bit of tweaking, but will have loads of stand-in abilities and things like that once people have data mined the files. So, they're female support with 2,100 HP. There's some speculation that this could go up to the 2,200 that a lot of supports have to be in line with others once it goes live, but we're not sure yet. It might be that they just have quite a bit of self-sustain and that's why there's slightly lower health. But anyway, moving on. So the left mouse button, the main attack, if you're on console, is the left mouse button. It does 400 damage every 0.6 seconds, and each hit grants the 3% ultimate charge. And this is where we're going to be jumping between the two data mines, as in the Bakugo data mine, it's named a light bow. Although it's not clear whether it will be like Charlene's bow, which has a bit of a charge up, or a bit more like Cassie's old bow, which will just fire instantly with a projectile. Although if it is a bow and not a crossbow, I do wonder whether there will be this charge up time. So the right mouse button is a resource-based heal. So it has 200 ammunition, or basically energy, we don't know the name yet, and it's basically a healing ray that heals 150 health every 0.25 seconds for everybody close. It doesn't have any aim assist, however you can't actually fire it unless you are basically aiming at an enemy. So it kind of works along the lines of Torvald's shields, where you can't actually fire it off unless you're hovering over somebody. So it is pretty much impossible to miss. Well, actually it isn't 100% impossible to miss. This is also charges 1% of your ultimate every 0.6 to 0.8 seconds, I didn't say exactly. But you can keep healing for up to 5 seconds until the ammo gets depleted. But then, if you deplete the ammo, it takes 10 seconds to regain all the ammo back. And it's sort of a medium range beam and has a 1 second cooldown once the ammo is depleted. So I think it'll be a bit like the Khan shield, where you don't want to deplete it completely, otherwise you have this extra second that goes on top, and this will be actually interesting. The first support where they have this sort of ammo that they're kind of managing with their heals, so they could do some big bursty heals or some long heals, but then they'll be out of the fight for a little while and they'll have to charge up their heals again. So I think there's an interesting play here where you'll be managing your resources. Next up is a Guardian. Now, in the Bakugo patch, which is more sort of like the names and things, it's called the Guardian Spirit, also known as the Guardian Fox, that is summoned. So could it be the fox that is running around the tree in Shattered Desert, or one of those types of foxes that are on the stone pillar? I would say very likely, as they're trying to tie in the lore, and we may see something very much like this. And I do wonder whether this sort of is going to be a humanoid huntress with just fox companions, or whether they're going to be sort of like vulpine half fox themselves too. Anyway, this doesn't do anything currently in the public test server, but it has the Ying's Illusion as an ability icon and has a deployable preview icon too with a 15-second cooldown. Now, I wonder whether this will be a self-heal. Both of the supports have some kind of way to heal themselves. So could it be like the Gourd of Maldamba or the Pit Potion? Could it be that you walk up to it and you get a heal? Does it just like jump onto one person and heal that one individual? Or does it heal in an area? Or could it be something completely different? Could it be some sort of damage resistance? Because it says a guardian spirit. If it's guarding you against enemies, is it a shielding you, giving you little shields? That's where the spicy speculation comes in on this one. There's also the movement ability. Now there's no name for this yet, but it's just a leap backwards. You only go backwards. They use the comparison, I don't play Smite, so I don't know exactly, but it's kind of like nice 3 leap with a 10-second cooldown. I'm guessing it's just like the Grace, but only going backwards, or like the Cassie, dodge rolling, but only backwards, that sort of thing. But I guess also Furia kind of has a leap backwards, so Furia already does kind of have that. So finally, the ultimate, the big bada boom, and now these two data mines actually conflicting with each other. So on Andrew Barros, it shoots or throws a chicken. Yes, for now it's a chicken, and there's a picture of it as you throw one of Pip's chickens at the enemy. And what happens is that it explodes and the enemies get lifted into the air for like 2.5 to 3 seconds, like an area of effect void grip. And they were saying they thought it was kind of bad for an ultimate, but it charged really, really fast because of all the abilities. However, in Bakugo's data mine, he says that the ultimate is called the Moon, perhaps, and they fire a singularity that deploys on impact, dragging all targets within 5 feet towards its center over 3 seconds. Target affected are slowed by 20% whilst inside the black hole's radius. Now these two are completely different. This sounds kind of like a weaker version of the Sarah's ultimate, where people are just being pulled in and slowed, however slightly longer lasting, and also quite a large area pulling people in, versus kind of an AoE Genos ultimate, which actually I think would be quite interesting if you void grip a whole team on a point and hold them up in the air for 2.5 to 3 seconds. Would actually be quite effective because you could pinpoint and not just take people out. Anyway, those are all of the abilities for the champion. Now again, they are a female support, so they're going to be a female support, and Io is a really volcanically active and rocky moon of Jupiter, so will there be some sort of fire element to them? I'm not entirely sure. In mythology, it's a mortal woman transformed into a cow during a dispute between the Greek god Zeus and Jupiter. Could this be a half cow champion? Could we see like the first of the cow race in the realm? Could it be a bit like the Taurens in WoW or something along those lines, like just half cow, half person, like almost like a Minotaur-esque race with this one that also has these fox companions? Be sure to let me know your spicy speculation about the origins of Io. I obviously think that there's some sort of link between the Shattered Desert and the sort of religion there, and maybe they're sort of like a mystic for this religion or something along those lines. So there's also some cards for Io, so we can kind of get a bit more of an idea about their abilities. So there's 2 armor cards at the moment. Hits with the light bow restore 1% moonlight. So the second one, lower your gravity by 5% whilst firing your light bow, and this is at each level. Now both of these, first of all, the first one shows us that moonlight, the heal, can be recharged by hitting with your bow. That's quite interesting, and I think that the name of the heal is going to be called Moonlight. Then second, the lowering of gravity whilst firing a light bow means that it is probably drawn, so that whilst you're drawing it, your gravity is lower so you can jump around. Maybe it will be a bit like the bouncing Pip if when you have this lower gravity. That's an interesting little effect there though, gives you a little bit of escapability. So these are all on the right mouse button. These are the Moonlight. So generate 1% Moonlight every 2 seconds, so it's just giving you an extra charge for that heal. Successful hits heal Io for 20 health at each level. Successful hits reduce cooldown of the Guardian Spirit by 0.1 seconds at each level. And allies gain 3% movement speed at each level for 3 seconds after being healed by the right mouse button. These are all quite cookie cutter for healers, a little bit of self-sustain and a little bit of movement speed for your allies. So anyway, moving on to the Q, reduce the cooldown of Rush 12 seconds by 0.6 seconds at each level. Increase your spirit's deploy range by 10% at each level. And your Guardian Fox restores 1% moonlight every 1 second. So this Guardian Fox must be able to stay out for quite a while. Also reduce your cooldown of Guardian Spirit deploy and redeploy by 8% at each level. So this could be interesting. Maybe once you've put it down, maybe it isn't even destroyable. Maybe you do have to actually pick it up and then go on to cooldown, and then put it down again, and then it goes on cooldown again. That's an interesting property, perhaps, that this is sort of hinting at. Finally, on these escape abilities, the F, increase the strength of your F by 5% on each level, so you just go further, and also gain a shield, 100 shield at each level when you use the F, which is also kind of cookie cutter for a lot of champions now. Marnie had it, and Fury had it on the heels, and a lot of champions have this little bit of survivability when you're using your escape ability, or if you go to low health. Anyway, that is completely all of IO again. Still all spicy speculation, everything may change, and the developers are focusing on bug fixes, although they're getting a lot of stuff done here. A lot of the bugs are going, so they may be reverting back to doing some development time on new features. There is also Tigron, but there's no information about that. We're guessing because all our IO's cards are here, they're only like next patch away or 2 patches away. They can't be very far away. Normally when you get the data mine of a new champion, they are very shortly coming to the realm. Although, I mean, the patch cycles now are for every few months, so it could be around 2 months away. Next up are the summer skins. Now these have all been shown off by Thunderbrush, the lead art director. The art director for Paladins, that's Summer Lian, Summer Ying, Summer Koga, and Summer Fernando. These all look awesome. You can have a look at them now whilst we are flicking through. And then also, it seems that a pirate event is coming. So we're getting the Pirate Maeve and the Pirate Ruckus finally. So these were actually shown off when the Paladins team started their new art direction, sort of from the parts and pieces to bigger, more higher quality skins. So I don't know whether these will change from their initial concept. Most likely they will. They usually have about 20 concepts and pick one between those 20. But that will be awesome to see, and pirates are always epic. That is always epic. Also, Bunny Ceres has been circulated on a lot. And this has actually been shown off in the files with a bit of a slogan, hop 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 away, in this new Ceres skin. So it'll give you the Bunny Ceres and 100 crystals, so it'll probably be like the Legionnaire skin in this patch, where you basically buy it directly for money and you get a little bit of crystals with the skin. And that'll be like the DLC, I guess. I do also wonder whether there'll be another pirate theme map, maybe to tie in with Dredge if this is coming up. As they say, there's a bunch of new task maps also being added, although there's no mention of a map yet. But it'll be interesting to see whether at this point, when this next patch comes out, if they're past the sort of bug fixing phase, the bulk of the big bug fixing phase and the QA, that there may be another event and there may be some sort of pirate event too. That is pretty much it for the spicy speculation this time. Be sure to let me know all of your thoughts on the spicy speculation below, and your spicy speculation, of course. Spicy, spicy, spicy speculation. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more of my content, and I'll see you all next time. Joshino.